Okay, so in this video, we're going to look at how to solve a right triangle where you only know one angle and one of the side lengths. All right. So, if you were solving for this other angle, I think it's kind of obvious. Since they all three have to add up to 180, this would have to be 70 degrees. Oh, not 700, but here, I'll just put 70 there. Now, you can solve this either using tangent or sine or cosine. I'm going to use a sine here. So I'm going to do sine of 20 degrees. All right, sine of 20, and that's going to equal opposite over hypotenuse. All right, so that's going to equal 5. Oh, sorry. Yeah. 5 over the hypotenuse. Now, what I'm going to do here to solve for the h, I'm just going to make this a decimal here. But I think what I'm going to do first is kind of leave it as sine of 20. And I'm going to multiply through by h. All right, so multiply both sides here by h. All right, so those are going to cancel. And we're going to get h sine of 20 is equal to 5. All right, now to solve for h, we're just going to divide by the sine of 20. Sine of 20. Divide by sine of 20. All right, sine of 20s are going to cancel for you here. And so your hypotenuse is going to be whatever this divides out to be. So now, let me grab a calculator because I didn't grab one. All right, so to simplify this little thing right here, first thing I need to do is make sure our calculator is in degree mode. So I'm going to press mode, and then go down to radian degree, and put it in degree mode. All right, enter. Okay, and now we can quit. And go back here and simplify this. So we'll do 5 divided by sine of 20. All right, and that's going to give us 14 point, we'll call it 62 here. I'm going to round to the hundredth space. All right, so now that you know this is 14.62, you've got two options here. You could either do the Pythagorean theorem, this squared minus this squared is equal to this squared, and that could do it for you. Or, let's see, so to solve for this missing side over here, we could do tangent of 20. So tangent of 20 is going to be opposite over adjacent. So it's going to be 5 over x for us. That would solve it. Another way that you could do it is you could use cosine of 20. All right, so you could do cosine of 20. Cosine is equal to adjacent over the hypotenuse. So that could be adjacent would be x, and the hypotenuse could be 14.62. So either of these would work, or you could just use the Pythagorean theorem. I got time, so I'm going to show you both ways. All right, so when you're solving this, what you would do is you'd multiply by x. So multiply by x, x is cancel there. And then you would divide by tan of 20. So x would equal 5 divided by tan of 20. All right, that could be your answer. I'll divide it out here in a second. Or if you were solving this equation, you could multiply through by 14.62. So if you multiply by 14.62, all right, it's going to give you x equals 14.62 cosine of 20. All right, so that could be your answer, or this could be your answer. Or you could use the Pythagorean theorem. I'll show you that they're all the same thing here. All right, so 5 divided by tan of 20. 5 divided by tan of 20. All right, That gives us 13.73. Oh, 74, I guess, if you're rounding to the nearest hundredth there. Or you could do 14.62 times cosine 20. 14.62 times cosine of 20 gives you the same answer. All right. The other way was to use the Pythagorean theorem. So that would be 14.62 squared minus 5 squared. All right, and that's going to equal this squared. So we're going to have to take the square root of this answer. So square root of our last answer there gives us the same thing, 13.74. All right, so it's up to you, however you want to do it. But to start out, you had to solve for the one side or the other. All right.